Welcome back to Ken's Quizzes. 100 general knowledge questions everyone should know. What is a study of moon called? Selenology. The Islamic calendar follows the cycle of the moon. Which colors are hardest for dogs to see? Red and green. Blood is red because of hemoglobin. Who determines a baby's biological sex? The father's sperm. To a deer, a tiger hidden in green grass appears green. What is the main purpose of social studies? To understand society and people. What is the main challenge for people with dyslexia? Reading and spelling. Why do elephants get tired quickly when running? Their huge body uses a lot of energy. Why do doctors place a stethoscope on your back? To listen to your lungs. Why do doctors check your pulse at the wrist? To measure your heart rate. Which is the largest planet in our solar system? Jupiter. What was Dilip Kumar's birth name? Muhammad Yusuf Khan. How deep have humans dug into the earth? About 12 kilometers. The name Hindu developed historically from which term? Sindhu. Which hormone controls blood sugar level in the body? Insulin. Which organ filters blood in the human body? Kidneys. Light year is a unit of which quantity? Distance. How many chromosomes do humans normally have? 46. Which animal spends most of its life on land? Tortoise. Which country conducts the UPSC exam? India. How many astronauts walked on the moon during Apollo 11? 2. How many days are usually in an Islamic year? 354. Which color makes a bull angry? The correct answer is none of them. What actually makes a bull charge? Movement of the cloth. Which bird spreads its tail to attract a mate? Peacock. How many satellites orbit Earth today? 1000s. Which country launched the first artificial satellite? Soviet Union. What powers most satellites in space? Solar panels. Which subject is part of social studies? History. Which nutrient is most important for muscle growth? Protein. What is Paras Pathar believed to do? Turn iron into gold. What makes metals good conductors of electricity? They have free moving electrons. Which of these is not a good conductor of electricity? Rubber. Which non-metal is a good conductor of electricity? Graphite. Which book says are those who know equal to those who do not know? The Quran. Which exercise is best for improving grip strength? Dead hangs. Which sport requires excellent grip strength? Rock climbing. Which game relies more on strategy than luck? Chess. What is chemotherapy mainly used to treat? Cancer. What can cause global sea level to rise? Melting glaciers and warming oceans. Which country first landed humans on the moon? United States. The Quran says Allah is closer to us than our jugular vein. Which continent is considered the birthplace of modern bodybuilding? Europe. How many provinces does Pakistan have? 4. Who is playing Hanumanji in the upcoming Ramayana movie? Sunny Deol. Which of these is another name for Hanumanji? Bajrang Bali. Snake's eyes record the image of its killer. Is it true or false? False. Which food is made using fermentation? Yogurt. Which organism is unicellular? Amoeba. What does unicellular mean? Made of one cell. Which organ is most affected by alcohol? Liver. Which process produces alcohol? Fermentation. Which colors are most commonly confused by color-blind people? Red and green. What is the main function of synovial fluid? Lubricate joints. What is maggot therapy mainly used for? Cleaning infected wounds. Which bird became extinct because of humans? Dodo. Where was the last home of the dodo bird? Mauritius. Which eye problem is treated with phaco surgery? Cataract. Who is most at risk of nitrogen narcosis? Deep sea divers. Which vitamin is coriander leaves rich in? Vitamin C. What separates smart thinkers from others? Critical thinking. What encourages businesses to create better products? Competition. Which fabric is usually better for hot weather? Cotton. Which fabric can trap more body heat? Polyester. Where are chromosomes found? inside the cell nucleus. What do chromosomes carry? Genetic information. Which has flipper-like limbs? Turtle. What is Shoaib Akhtar's fastest recorded delivery? 161.3 km per hour. Which country did Shoaib Akhtar represent? Pakistan. Which is a natural source of sweetness? Fruit. Which raises blood sugar faster? Table sugar. What does table sugar lack? Nutrients. What happens first after you quit smoking? Heart rate begins to return to normal. How soon does your body start healing after quitting smoking? Within minutes. Malala Yousafzai belongs to which province of Pakistan? Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, KPK. How long did Dashrath Manjhi spend carving the mountain? 22 years. Which word is closest in meaning to beast? Animal. What is the hidden benefit of eating dates at iftar? They quickly restore energy. What makes someone a tycoon? Building a highly successful business. What does hydrophobic mean? Repels water. Which city does the river Thames flow through? London. How many heavenly books are mentioned in Islam? 4. Which is the final heavenly book in Islam? The Quran. According to Islam, which heavenly book is believed to be preserved in its original form? The Quran. Which nutrient is mayonnaise highest in? Fat. Which country is known as the Pearl of the Indian Ocean? Sri Lanka. Which animal is known as one of the world's most fearless animals. Honey badger. Which sense is especially strong in rats? Smell. What is the best defense against brainwashing? Critical thinking and checking reliable sources. At what age was Bhagat Singh executed? 23 years. Which country is often called the factory of the world? China. Which subject is often called the language of science? Mathematics. Which famous mathematician is known for the theorem a square plus b square is equal to c square? Pythagoras. Which animals was Ratan Tata especially known for caring about? Stray dogs. Which judge resigned instead of signing Bhagat Singh's death sentence? Syed Aga Haidar. Who is known as Mahadev in Hinduism? Lord Shiva. Where do millions of pilgrims travel for Arbaeen? Karbala. What usually forms a black hole? The collapse of a massive star. What is one harsh reality of life? Nobody succeeds without effort. Write your score in the comment box.